U92, number one for hip hop, U92SLC.com, DreRawka, Unrestricted, and I got a new segment with my good friend Lisa Barlow. It's really dope when you have friends that are in radio or television because you get to collab and do some really cool things together. Like today, we started a new segment called I Love That, featuring my good friend Lisa Barlow that's on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which, by the way, you can watch their episodes every Sunday, 8 Central, and or I should say 9 Central. You know what I meant. And I had a full-length conversation with her. We got into a lot of fun stuff. It's about 10 minutes long, and you heard it on air, and some of it had to be cut down because it's radio, you know. But we wanted to give you the full, uncut, raw conversation between me and Lisa. So make sure you tap in with us every Tuesday for the recap of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 2. Episode 5 comes out Sunday again, 9 Central. And go on to U92SLC.com to check out everything that we got going on. So much happening here. If you are outside of Utah, if you're outside of Salt Lake City, you can take us everywhere on the go with the U92 app. It's free on the Android marketplace and iOS. Just download it. If you want to leave her a voice note, maybe you got a question that maybe I didn't ask or didn't get brought up in a conversation, you have the opportunity to ask your questions just by leaving us a voice note on the U92 app. Again, it is free, and you can find that on iOS and Android marketplaces. So without further ado, let's jump into our conversation. It's U92.
Hey, Dre.
How are you doing, my friend?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I'm just happy to get you on the phone. You're a busy lady.
I know, we all are.
So busy. But, there's a lot going on. We just finished up, what is it, episode 3 of season 2 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
We're on episode 4, Dre. Can you believe it?
Episode 4, man. It's going so quick.
It's going so quick. And there's still a lot coming.
That kind of makes me nervous because last night's episode was pretty emotional.
Last night's episode was so emotional for me, too, because, this is a friendship of over 20 years being, basically the relationship's being sabotaged. So it was super emotional for me, but I can say I'm not guilty, and I can say I have receipts. I always have receipts. I like facts, not fiction.
Yeah, that's one thing that I, when I was watching it, I was like, no way. If anything, it seemed like Whitney was putting her nose somewhere where it shouldn't be.
For me, it was definitely somewhere it shouldn't have been. You don't interfere of a friendship of over 20 years. And even thinking I would do something like that, how do you cancel someone's caterer? You don't do that. That was insane to me. By the way, too, I'm like, Whitney, you think way too highly of yourself if you're thinking I'm going to sabotage a party because you're friends with the hostess. It was so bizarre to me. But it's not something I would ever do. Marco and Aubrey are amazing caterers. They do a lot of great stuff. And their brother was Marco's brother was actually the caterer for the event. And it was amazing, and the food was great. So if you're going to come for somebody, make sure you're not fibbing. That's the biggest thing. Nobody sabotaged anything. The party was beautiful. $1 million was raised. Everyone was happy. It's just hard because I think you really start to see who's really your friend and who's really not.
Yeah.
And we love facts over fiction.
I love that. That's
especially in friendships.
So true. One thing that I am noticing though is that in this season, you are the middle person in trying to bond. You're trying to build these relationships back. You're the peacekeeper this season. I love it.
Dre, one thing that was really important for me is I saw how Jen and Meredith were getting along and having so much fun together, and it made me sad that there was so much discord between them. And I'm like, you know what? It's more important for me in all my relationships to try and heal people and let them hear each other, because even with my son Henry, I find that I'll say, Henry, say sorry, and he'll say sorry, and I'm like, Henry, what did you just say sorry for? And sometimes people don't really know what's hurting you and how to make it better. So for me, it was great to be able to get Jen and Meredith to finally hug it out. We'll see where the relationship goes from here, but I think they actually both hurt each other and, got to move forward from here.
Now, how did you get talked into doing ice fishing? Because that looks
so
wild.
Well, when Jen started asking me for my height, my weight, my eye color, I'm like, I'm like, what's happening here? I literally was like, I'm going to end up on a missing photo.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? And then I guess that's required for ice fishing in Utah. But, I mean, it was the first time I've ever done that. I actually I caught some amazing trout that day, like definitely got dinner. And at one point they're like, when you catch a trout, you have to kiss it. It was my first time kissing a fish.
Oh.
So that was kind of crazy. And but it was like a crazy day on the ice. Like I actually think I could have a fishing show.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I could already see it now. Like they're gonna have a Gone Wild, and you guys are gonna have to be out there and fend for yourself.
Oh my gosh, my cousin is an ex-Navy SEAL, and he loves these crazy fishing excursions, and he could literally live off the land. But he literally called me, and he's like, when are you coming fishing with me? And I'm like, I'm in. But he does, like, the crazy stuff, but I think it would be fun. He's like one of the guys that would, like, catch fish with his hands. There's a guy in Utah that's, like, an expert fisherman. His name is Colby. I follow him on Instagram. I'll have to post about him. But I'm like, I want him to take me out, too, because he's, like, amazing.
So this is when we need the Barlow's own show. Like we need Henry, we need Jack, we need John, everybody out there on a fishing excursion, right?
Oh my gosh, it would be amazing with my kids commentating. It would be insane. I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to see more of Jack and Henry coming up soon. You get to see like me getting Jack ready for prom and all the conversations that go with that. We have a very open relationship. And I can tell you that Henry makes the cameraman laugh so hard just being himself that literally the cameras are shaking. So I'm excited for you guys to get to see a little more of my family too.
That's exactly what I was going to ask next is when we're going to be able to see them because, man, those kids, man, they're growing up so quick.
I know.
Quick.
Since you've seen Jack last, I think he's grown. Literally, he's 6'2". It's crazy. Gosh. I know, it was like overnight. It's so crazy. I'm like, you started this like, in 9th grade and now you're a junior. It's kind of crazy. But things that are coming up with the kids that are amazing is, we have a give back program for Utah foster care, but we don't just partner with Utah foster care, all foster organizations across the United States. You'll get to see what Jack does, why it means so much to him, and you get to see his perspective, not mine, and why we really wanted to support Jack in this journey. You're going to see that coming up, and like Henry's just like crazy and obsessed with being just like Jack, and I'm excited for what's coming up. I can tell you though, this season is intense, like on a level I could never fathom, and there's a lot more episodes coming. We haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Oh my gosh, you just made my hair stand up. I'm here for it.
There's so much going on. I mean, everything with Jen is like, there was a lot going on before that. Wait till you see. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like a lot.
There's
a lot going on in Salt Lake City.
One thing I was going to ask you is, in season 1, John and you, it seemed like John wanted some more Lisa time. Are you guys making more couples time? Less business? Are we
making more couples time? Dre, did you just see the trip we just got back from?
It looked beautiful.
2 weeks in the Mediterranean. We are definitely making more couples time, and I think COVID helped us to realize, like, hey, we can take a step back. We can still be doing amazing things. We just sold a business in the last 3 weeks, so we're like almost done closing on that. And I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and we're figuring out like where we want to put our energy. But we definitely had fun in Italy and Monaco.
That's awesome. John's my hero. I love that man.
John loves you too. Our whole family, we're huge fans of you. And thanks for always being supportive of our kids. Like even before Housewives, like what you have done for me and the boys and John, it's amazing, and we just love you.
Of course. You guys are good humans. I can't wait to get the boys in the studio. So whenever you guys are free, I want the boys to come into the studio. Let's record. Let's have a good time.
Let's do it. I'm in.
All right, Lisa. When can we check the next episode out, and what should we expect?
So the next episode is this Sunday coming up, and it's 9/8 Central. And we got a good time slot this year, and actually a great day of the week too. But you're going to see some progress in some relationships on the show, and I can just tell you I feel better because I get to have some resolve with some situations that haven't always been pleasant for me. And this pertains to me, not just everybody else. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Hopefully, we can make this every Monday. We'll check in, the Lisa check-in.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye, Dre.
Bye.